We got a tournament race tonight. This is a game 3. This is game 3 between Spleebie and Tam. I'm joined by Chex Human. How are you doing?
Good, Mamo. How are you?
Always good. It's a Friday night and I'm doing comms. Always happy about that. And game 3s are always the most fun number of games. So we'll be
true.
Off soon.
This has been an exciting series. So we had Tam win the first game, Spleebie the second, and here we are at game 3. And this is the Hybrid Major Glitches Tournament. We will see our runners using major glitches to complete the seed. Both runners starting at Link's house, just 3 bombs.
No, usual going to be checking that map. It's all pendants. Oops, all pendants. Green one at Hera and the other ones are Desert and Eastern.
All right. What is on the island here?
Appears to just be arrows.
A nice drop for both of our runners, getting a full magic.
Yeah, Spleebie got the bad RNG from the archer and has to reset the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why I'm happy to see pendants in the light world?
Why is that, Malmo?
Because that means that swamp will be a crystal.
It means that swamp is a crystal, yes. Which means we must figure out how to unlock swamp. And in Hybrid Major Glitches, that is something we must do. It's not straightforward.
And we got a key from Sanctuary. Hold on to that thought.
Mm-hmm.
It gets complicated.
Right, and incidentally, both runners began with Hobo check. Hobo has powder. Spleebie. It's hard to get away from this guard once he starts chasing.
Yeah, you always want to dash, and he never lets you. You have to walk quite a long way before you can dash, and then it's not worth it anymore.
And Tam is starting at Lost Woods. There's 300 rupees. Spleebie starting at Bonk Rocks.
Well, if Tam goes to CAC, and they're going to miss out on that Sick Kid check, potentially, because there was a bottle in Bonk Rocks.
Yeah. More magic from tree pulls, and 3 more bombs in the woods.
Okay, Tam has second thoughts. I think there have been a couple races where Lumberjack mattered. And look at this, it's a fire rod.
It matters.
This second thought that Tam is having might have just saved them in this race. Fire rod on Lumberjack is especially rude because it means you can't do Dark Aga with the fire rod. You have to find the lamp or do Dark Aga for real. And that lamp can be in any number of awful locations. Just because there's something on Lumberjack doesn't mean the seed's going to make the lamp easy for you.
And to answer a question in chat, yes, our runners start with the boots in this mode. In Hybrid Major Glitches, in other Major Glitches modes, we like to start with the boots. And that's because the boots allow Link to boots clip and clip through walls much more easily than otherwise. And Tam is using Tam is going into the old man's cave using what we call the new DMA, or Death Mountain Ascent. So now they'll be navigating in the dark, and this is a pretty common way to approach the seed. Spleebie already finds red mail and Kakariko.
Yeah, blind is vain. Blind has a suit for every occasion. For somebody who can't see, they sure have a lot of colors in their closet.
So if I were Spleebie, I would be annoyed at this By the way, there is a book in the well. Armor is it can slow us down if we want to use death warps. It's a little bit more common to use death warps in glitched modes.
All right. And speaking of which, Tam has decided to leave Hera because they actually can't continue. It's completely locked. There's no keys in the front.
So the first item was a heart container. Did you catch the second item?
There was the map.
Oh, okay.
And you can't use the map to go upstairs. It'll tell you where upstairs is, but it won't actually get you there. Nice
Wait,
chicken.
it gets a full chicken clip. Very nice.
Got in his way, but it was worth it. And Moon
That's
Pearl was just
hilarious.
sitting there on the mountain. Very easy
Yeah.
to get location. And there's our other rod inside the mountain.
That's crazy to see both rods already.
One of them is so close yet so far away.
Yeah. And the sick kid does not have anything today, just a piece of heart.
Hook shot. That's nice. Hook shot in Kakariko as well. Not Kakariko well. Kakariko as well. And we're going to take advantage of this powder in full magic and check magic that right away. There's a clip. You don't need any items to get here. But it is really easy to get here and not have magic. So it's kind of rare to actually be able to check this early. Tam has jumped off the mountain. There's a lot of different places you can jump off the mountain, but this is a really common one because it gets you an item at Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, we call this a DMD, or Death Mountain Descent. And yes, the particular method that Tam used was a couple. It requires a couple of dash buffers and a dash to the left.
It's kind of nice.
Nice.
I want to say it's newly in vogue to do it that way. A lot of people find it a little easier than just doing a bunch of clean buffers, which, you get one of them wrong and you bounce upward and it doesn't work. It's one of the most soft lock clips in the game.
Oh yes, absolutely. We were just discussing this in Discord. And Spleebie finds the first sword in the library. Very nice. Kakariko and Death Mountain have been rewarding for our runners.
Yeah, Tam has taken that graveyard descent into Houlihan, because jumping off the mountain breaks your camera just enough to put you in Houlihan state. And from there, you can go anywhere that you could go from Link's house. And Tam has chosen Sahasrah's closet, which, unlike Blind's Hut, does not actually have clothing in it. It does have Bombos. Bombos is good to have early, knowing the Fire Rod might be a while to get. Now, if Spleebie really wanted to, he could clip to Agate Tower and skip the barrier. That's not in logic, and he'd be doing it in the dark. But if he had plans for the Fire Rod, he could get that anytime he wanted, if he was brave enough. Bombos could come in handy, actually, just for clearing those rooms.
So Tam is going to South Shore. Pretty bold play, in my opinion.
Did you say that?
Tam already has a bottle. So Kakariko is a little more appealing, but
The bottle and
South
powder.
Shore, Tam already has over 500 rupees. So
That's
maybe
true.
there's a plan to go to Zora.
Sometimes you find a flute, and the difference between having an active flute and not having active flute is whether you got it before or after Kakariko.
So true.
Jane is in the South Shore, so
That's
as long
gonna
as
help
nobody
out.
skips it for an hour and a half, they will be getting that as well. Nice chest turn.
If I know anything about Spleebie loves chest turns.
Yeah, the story behind that is he used to play multi-world with the old entrance branch that actually counted them and would compete with his, I want to say his brother, on who can do the most chest turns. And then they
didn't
took the
realize
feature
that.
away, and he's just really good at chest turns now. Mysteriously. All right, is he going to cancel his dash before it's clipping this time? Yes, he's actually clipping. This makes sense.
This does make sense. I wouldn't know how to apply spin speed here to approach this kind of teleport.
Yeah, I forgot about the book check.
Yeah.
But you could, if you wanted to. I wouldn't do it here, but you can actually hook speed with your sword out, and then you'll be in enough of a clipping state to get to your teleport pixel. It's a little weird. It feels weird to do, but it works. Ooh, Tam is taking some hits from the crabs. Can't take any more.
It's hard to commentate while holding one's breath.
Yeah. We take turns breathing in this stream, especially when people mirror wrap.
Yeah.
Tam is already using the potion. I think they intend to throw that in the Waterfall of Wishing anyway, so now is as good a time to use it as any.
Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
And Spleebie found the second sword at Agina's cave. So the whole cack loop is, at the very least, sword friendly. And Spleebie will have a little bit of a safer time with red mail and master sword than Tam has with fake red mail, which is actually green mail. If I was using that sprite, I would get killed because it looks red.
And 4 more hearts. Mirror is in the the waterfall. That's interesting. And we find a fairy in a bottle. So once we have the mirror, having a fairy in a bottle is less stressful.
Yeah, and same with the moon pearl that Tam has. The death warping isn't really a concern anymore. We will not be seeing any cool Zora ledge clips. There's nothing good there. Nothing good on Zora either, but the peace of mind of not having to come back here with catfish. How did Spleebie avoid? I guess he had the iframes from the hook shot.
Yeah.
The Moldorm was on top of him the entire time.
It's funny he pulled a bomb to him instead of killing the Moldorm right in front of him.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to focus on what you were doing.
What is next for Tam now? Tam is doing a wrap. Yeah. Tam has the mirror, and we can use an offset mirror portal to get into Pyramid Fairy before we can get access to the super bomb. We don't often see the super bomb in this mode. Sometimes we do. We're releasing the fairy. Okay, we don't.
Tam is going to death warp there.
Yeah.
On 3 hearts and green mail, it's the fastest way. And they've already done Houlihan Graveyard Ledge, and there's no way to route this except to do it, in their case, from King's Tomb, which is a brilliant idea. Unfortunately, missed the clip. So we'll take Plan B, which is just a death warp.
Yes. I'm slightly surprised. I didn't see if Tam got an upward buffer. It is also possible that with that setup, we needed a left or right buffer, and I'm not sure if we do or not, because I've never performed that. Before.
No, it's the same. You just buffer up once in dash turn. I'm not sure what Tam did wrong.
Okay.
I'm going to guess that they buffered the wrong number of frames up, or instead of dash turning, they actually moved and then got a bad subpixel.
Yeah.
Tam electing to do Uncle first makes me think they're going to do a continuous route from Pyramid Fairy to the Dark World, which you can do. It doesn't look like they have access to much, but they can clip into the water and go places. Most notably Hype Cave. But Catfish is available too, if you can clip around the rock. I don't actually know how to clip around that.
Oh, it is intuitive.
It is. You just clip on the slope and you're there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an upward teleport.
Yeah, but how do you get past the first one? Like, there's the bridge with the hammer pigs in the hookshot area. I wouldn't know how to pass that. Yeah, if you're coming from Pyramid.
Oh. It would. Oh, there's no way to clip past the peg and rock.
That's
so
good to know.
You would have to swim somehow, which is kind of an annoying thing.
Yeah, you just do catfish from the mountain. That's what everyone else does.
Yeah.
But it is an option. I think Tam will probably either save and quit out of here or go to Hype Cave. Spleebie's in the dark. Okay, he's rescuing the old man.
Yeah.
The nice thing about boot start modes is you always have some kind of dark navigation tool. You're never just blindly navigating. You always have something to work with. I've seen
Spleebie gets hop.
Yeah, he gets it. Let's see if there's anything good here. Tam could get this with a mirror later if they want to. Nice chest turn attempt, but just a green rupee.
Condemned to.
Now you have to do more
Stuck in
chest
the
turns to make up for that. Nice
Yeah.
ice rod kill. I love
All
seeing
right.
this. It is actually their best weapon available because it's that or the cane of Samaria
Yeah.
or the pots.
kinda
You just two pot, but this is more fun.
Yeah.
Stun prize check. Okay. Interesting
heart.
time to check the stun prize.
Okay, Spleebie's in Hera and has a sword and hookshot and can kill Moldorm.
Yeah, this is out of logic. Spleebie is supposed to come here from Misery Mire. We glossed over this, the whole we can't climb Hera thing. But there's a clip from Mire to Hera, the
Right.
inside, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. Which means that everything he's doing here is behind the Mire medallion. It's also the green pendant.
Yeah.
But a lot of times
Interesting.
people will go in here just to find a key. Because the key lets you shortcut to
Mhm.
Swamp Palace. Because it's a clip from Hera to Swamp. And you're supposed to go all the way from Mire to Hera to Swamp, bringing a Mire key there to unlock it from the inside. But going directly from Hera is a lot more efficient. So people will usually hope to find a key here.
Yeah, our commentators in this tournament have had good names for Mire to Hera to Swamp.
Oh,
It's
I've
like a
seen some
mega
great
dungeon.
ones. A clip chain. I've heard that one.
Mhm.
Franken dungeon.
Franken Dungeon, yes.
The All Dungeons RMG guide calls it Swamp Mire.
hmm So, what were we rewarded with? Maybe we got a big key?
Yeah, which makes me think Spleebie got the crystal or the pendant, and sometimes people will purposely middle hold themselves after the big key
Yeah.
and check. I don't know which is faster. I've never timed it. Knowing my hair pot, it's not. This isn't going to be faster
Uh-huh.
than dropping down, but other people have better hair pots than me, so always time things for yourself.
So, we have Tam going to Kakariko.
About
Spleebie is
to-
now checking Ether.
Yeah, Tam will have much better equipment for Dark World coming out of here. A lot of safeties, 2 male upgrades, and 2 swords.
We've got a dead rock in the way. This is going to be difficult for Spleebie.
Yeah, he has to do it without his Q now because he can't
Yeah.
see it.
And we cannot release the sword as well because that spin will link away from position.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think of that. Oh,
Yeah.
I would have tried that and just gotten sad.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
Well, Spleebie knows exactly what rod that is because he saw the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost be inclined to just leave that there and get it later because it doesn't do anything until you have the fire rod. But also, I know that doing that is asking for trouble and you'll probably just forget
Yeah.
it's there.
Right, we went to be able to do damage to, Landmo or the Green Garden escape.
Yeah, let's do more pendant dungeons. The Green Garden escape is a good use case.
So now what is Spleebie doing? Spleebie is doing the Turtle Rock climb in the Light World, or actually he changes his mind.
This makes more sense. He can mirror from Hookshot Cave
Yes,
and do all of
right,
it in
right.
one go.
But-
He doesn't have access to Dark World on that side, so he has to go here first and then clip. It's the same clip, so there's no reason not to do it from the Dark World.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we found 2 bows?
Bridge?
2 bows in Link's house and Hobo? And now we got 2 males in Blind's Hut.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
our-
two bows, just to be clear, are from a different seed that they played. That they were joking about in the race room. And Tempered Sword, Super Bunny Cave.
Oh,
And a matching arrow.
tempered arrow.
Yes. Nope. Okay. It's much better to do this without flippers. Because if you don't do the clip right, you don't soft lock. Now, there's a risk to getting Houlihan from jumping in the water too many times. I don't know how many it
Oh.
takes, but when I was learning this, it happened to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to assume it's more than 3. Because Tam
So-
is in the magic bat.
Right. That's kind of like the low percent Houlihan, where we jump into the water 3 or 4 times, and
Mhm.
that offsets the camera just enough. It's different in different screens. There's also a Ganon hole Houlihan that's possible with clipping, and that
Mhm.
requires 6 or 7 jumps.
So we're really close to Trinex if we wanted to. Depending on how
Yeah.
your dark agate is.
That's funny.
and how willing you are to go out of logic.
I forgot we had the cane already. Yeah, and just like that, Tam was at 3 hearts. Spleebie was at 7. Spleebie it remains at 7, and Tam now has 8 hearts.
Oh. So they're all in the village.
Yeah.
Spleebie found a bow and I always mix this up with Spectacle Rock Cave. This is the other one on the mountain. Paradox Cave.
Yeah, and I thought that Tam had already done it, but I was mistaken. So
I don't think Tam did any East Mountain. I think they
exactly
went straight down and did Pyramid Fairy. They did Graveyard Ledge.
Yes.
And then they did a whole bunch of South Shore.
All right, Spleebie is clipping down off of the mountain. This is not a DMD. This is a screen wrap. And where did we screen wrap to? Hookshot Cave. And this is a way to enter Hookshot Cave without the use of the gloves.
And this isn't Logic. Most of these clips they're doing are in Logic.
We have another bottle in Hookshot Cave with green potion in it. Not much to speak of, though, however.
No, we don't even have that much in the way of magic using items.
Mm-hmm.
Spleebie's route is probably going to end here at Catfish. He's already done Zora, so nothing to do here. He could walk down and do Pod or something, but there's better ways into Pod. Interesting that Tam doesn't really have anything that Spleebie didn't have when he went on this route. So Tam didn't get any CAC checks that Spleebie wasn't also able to get.
Well,
I like
this
Tam's
hop.
route though. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a fun one. Bombo's Hop.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next for Spleebie? We are screen wrapping, so most likely escape Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, this is just a whole lot of step retracing. I think both runners have decided Dark World's not appealing yet. The things they're missing are things like dungeon clearing items. They can do a lot of overworld, but it's overworld. Might as well just do the overworld in the light world, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of overworld at the beginning in overworld glitches, and with hybrid major glitches, it even opens up Palace of Darkness for an initial check. And it'll be interesting to see if any runners go for that. And we're seeing Spleebie's favorite method to go from the mountain to escape, which is a screen wrap as part of this river clip, and then we go into the, let's say, the left entrance. We could go into the right entrance too.
The right entrance is optimal. Somebody tell him that. But I think it depends on where you want to exit as well. So like in Rando, if your intention is to do Pyramid Fairy first, you'll want to go on the left entrance. But if your intention is to do Uncle first, you probably want to go right. But if you can't decide which, right is faster because it's just closer to where you are. That's what the speedrun does.
Cam grabs the rock, I believe.
Oh, I wonder if that was just a glove test. Or if they actually thought they had gloves. Sometimes I'll just grab rocks just to check if I have gloves because it's faster than menuing.
That's true.
It's the sort of thing you do in a blindfolded run.
Sure.
Tam has the same really nice route available to Spleebie. It's basically identical routing, just in a different order. And nobody getting any advantage over the other.
Yeah. Yo, that charge was pretty sick on Tam's side. It's doing a spin charge kind of thing.
Did Tam go to the back of Escape as well? Or just the Dark Cross chest?
Oh, I don't think so. So this will be new info, I suppose.
And another thing I missed was whether Spleebie got both items out of Hera. Because I saw them get the small key.
Yeah.
And I think I also saw him get map and compass.
And so our tracker, other Tom, is observing that Tam did check Dark Cross.
Okay. I'm gonna assume Tam didn't continue all the way to the back because they could have. Did they unlock the door?
Uh-oh. What happened to Spleebie? Spleebie unlocked the door and maybe... I'm a little confused. I would have just checked escape chests if I were Spleebie.
Yeah, it's fine to do this because you can come back from Hera, and instead of doing key rat steal, you just do back of escape, and it's exactly the same.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
And Spleebie is just hoping he finds a glove and doesn't have to do that, and we'll have a key rat steal set up.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah, there's a lot of permutations of ways to use our keys in this mode.
So yeah, there's a clip.
Yeah.
There's a clip that gets to the escape, the sewers from Hera. And when you're in a dungeon and you clip into another dungeon, anything you find in that dungeon will get assigned to the dungeon the game thinks you're in, which is the one you entered, like the original one. So if you were to go in there and just get key rat, because the door is open to it, he would get an extra Hera key, which is useful for Swamp. But he could also just go to the back of escape from there and get those chests. And navigating those rooms in the dark past Dark Cross is kind of a pain. Ooh, Spleebie's gonna do something fun. Because this is not a Hammer Pig check. This is a Hype Cave check.
Yeah. So like you said before, we can swim to access the South Dark World from the pyramid. And Spleebie just did a hook speed clip to quickly perform a fake flipper.
It seems like Spleebie is just a tad ahead. Am I correct? Because Tam has done... Oh, Tam did...
I have no idea.
Tam did a check that Spleebie didn't do. I think Spleebie has not been to Sasha's Closet. But Tam has not been to Hera. So there's a little bit of... This is... Trying to figure out what Tam's doing here. Getting a water walk for some reason. Wants the bottle prize.
And that's
set up a splash delete just to get that fairy. That's dedication. So they have plans for that. I'm trying to figure out what they are though.
Wow.
Because they checked it. They knew that was going to be a fairy.
Yeah. Okay. You know, this is why I commentate, so I can learn what is going on with these glitched runners. So, yeah. So we're seeing a King's Tomb check from Tam. Spleebie is continuing on in the Dark World, and he can clip to the Mire area. There's a bit of a noisy flashing on the screen, but it will resolve once we enter.
Did
A
Spleebie not
room.
give us the medallion check? What a tease. He just walked right past it without looking. Maybe he can see it and we can't.
And let's see what it is.
It's Bombos,
Okay.
which Tam has. Bombos is in back of Sahasrarla's closet.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty easy to get to. From Pod, they can mirror. He can mirror from Pod, but Pod comes with the baggage of Pendant Eastern. So he might put that off just to not be tempted into Eastern. It's also, of course, hammerless. And
Oh.
lampless.
I didn't realize that.
No, Tam is just going for the fire rod.
Yeah, so I figured Tam was clipping to escape, but I didn't really think about that since Tam already did escape.
This
So
explains the fairy. It's a safety for Dark Aga.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because this is hard. It's difficult, and they're already on 3 hearts. Oh, just kidding. I hate these blue guys with the daggers. They're so fast. Oh, Spleebie got a down teleport instead of an up, but recovered quickly from it. Even beating out the dig game timer.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess
Right.
that was not intentional. I thought it was intentional, but
No, because that would be to get to Meyer, and Spleebie's already been to Meyer.
yeah.
Tam making use of Bombos, as I kind of alluded to earlier, that Bombos makes Dark Aga a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
Spleebie
yeah.
doesn't have that yet, so... The other thing is that Tam having the Fire Rod probably wants to start with the Dark World loot. Which means you want that for Skull Woods.
Yeah.
But
True.
also, like I said, Turtle Rock is available too. So this is 2 crystal dungeons opened up by this play. If you can pull
Right.
it off, you can get a leg up for sure. But it does come with the risk of being difficult.
Tam is in the most difficult dark room, in my opinion, the Dark Pits, and is being very sure to clear the enemies out with Bombos. Using the hook shot that's a great idea.
And the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah. So another way to do this might be to hold your sword out, and as soon as Link begins to lock, as the camera begins to lock and the flashing sparkles begin to travel upwards, then Link can go to the right. That's the way I like to do it. But Tam used the Cane of Samaria and solved it that way.
All right, Tam is out of the woods. This part is much easier, and they still have their fairy, so there's really no danger left. I hope Tam has fewer blue balls than I did in my race. I think I had 10. I didn't really count, but it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a really good hook dash. Getting almost all the way to the torch.
Yeah.
It requires some extremely clean movement. It's difficult.
Yeah, I don't know how what the actual limit is.
I've seen you get all the way to the torch. That's way beyond anything I've ever done.
Oh.
I'm sure it's been tazzed.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll see an ADRMG Taz from.
Yeah.
I want to see the splice. Let's get Dom and Yuzuhara together and get a splice going.
Nawase.
Yeah, I saw a blue ball. This is already going better than my Aga fight. We're only in phase 2. So Spleebie is in Thieves Town and has the Smulky and no hammer. I don't know if there are items in the big chest.
Yeah, I intended to count, and then I did not.
We're counting blue balls. Spleebie has to go the long way around, whacking. I'm counting neither. I'm not even doing my job. Spleebie doesn't have the glove, so he has to go around.
Hmm.
This actually looks like a lot of blue balls. Just seeing this fight is still happening.
Yeah.
It should have been over by now. Wow, Aga only has 10 blue balls when you have something on Lumberjack. I'm sure he has 1 when you don't. Look at this. The only comfort is knowing your opponent is getting the same blue balls as you. This is not a speed run where it just ruins your run and it's not your, nothing you can do about it. Alright, Blind has found another item on... Spleebie has found another item on Blind. But I don't know if that means there's an item in the big chest because I wasn't counting. But I definitely saw two items in the back. 9 blue balls. That's what chat is saying. That's a lot. It's a decent chunk of blue balls. Ooh, getting the hook speed off of Thieves downstairs.
Right. So, yeah, this is that swim I mentioned.
Wow.
Tam needs to use an Ancilla overload to achieve fake flippers.
It's not often you see minor glitches like this employed when there's a major glitch alternative.
Yeah.
Because Tam could have gone south to Hype Cave, but having the fire rod makes north to south more appealing because they can start at Skullwoods, which is a crystal, and hope they find the hammer there.
Yeah.
North to south is also just a little bit more efficient.
It's interesting that Spleebie is searching Skullwoods.
Yeah, knowing where the fire rod is.
Yeah.
It might be suggesting a certain amount of comfort level with Dark Agate, but also lacking Bombos might be playing a role that we're not seeing in Tam because Tam has it.
Yeah.
It might just be not quite enough safety for him.
All right, so Tam earns their fire rod and can now go to Skullwoods since they have the mirror portal.
Spleebie showing that even though you have the hook shot, you can still hover. And there are still places where you can flex your hovering, and this is one of them.
So far, just bombs in the front, and Spleebie's checking the rest.
Tam will show us the back too, so we'll get to see all of it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite interesting now that we finally have a somewhat of a... I don't think we'll see a high five here, but both runners are in the same dungeon.
Yeah. Spleebie will leave from here because there's nothing left. Oh no, got well mastered.
That's okay. We're only 2 rooms away.
Oh, that's true. He fell.
So it's a common problem to deal with the Wallmaster.
The Walmart.
Exactly the right where we want,
Your movement
right
has
when
to
we
be
want to check
clean.
that test.
Yeah, for that to work. It's so much easier to just go around. It loses a few seconds. And when you do decide you're ready, it can just get you sometimes, especially with that mummy RNG. Oh, Spleebie hasn't done Graveyard Ledge yet.
Oh, okay.
Tam is okay. Got a spin on the Gibdo.
Oh.
Walmarts. I'm gonna keep thinking about that.
The yeah. So anyway, Skull. Very
Ooh.
nice fight.
Yeah, that was a good
Very nice
poke
fight.
dash at the end. The hook shot.
The hook shot at Moth is perfect.
It looks like. Yeah, where's Spleebie's going to? I don't know where Spleebie's going. Oh, pod? Okay. This is definitely a way into pod. I think what happened to him is he probably tried to do Kiki and missed. And was correct in not just blind nabbing there from there because there was a hard lock transition on the way, but screen wrapped again. Or at least got to a point where it wouldn't, where we could just do Kiki again.
Yeah, that was kind of funny to see.
I wouldn't have thought to do that. I always like correct my camera at Hera. And I don't know which is faster if you have gotten it wrong. All right, Tam has killed the pedestal for us. It is nothing good.
Okay.
Surprising because it's not in logic, but it's accessible.
So here's the pod. As I mentioned before, we have access to it from the beginning of the game. So logically, if we have a key available in this first chest or whatever is in here is in logic. So the rest of it is the same logic. So this is a bow locked pod.
Yeah, we got around that by opening that door in cave state. When you're in a
We
cave,
did, yeah.
You have a lot of keys, and you can use them indoors so that you don't have to use a real key later.
Oh, wow.
Spleebie has found both things in the front that are not keys and can just continue. He does have to get one more to get to the back, but he can skip all of the bow lock side. Now, opening that door for free. Ooh, nice hook shot thingy. I don't know what you call that.
It's a spike clip, I believe.
Spike clip.
Or I don't know what you call it.
Reminds me of the demo dash from Celeste. Just finding the one pixel that you can get through the spike.
Yeah. So having dipped Skullwoods really wasn't that bad for Spleebie, since both items were in the front. Tam had to check the back first and then the front. Spleebie will get to avoid checking the back.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing these kind of divergent routes where neither of them is getting much of an advantage over the other.
Yeah.
Tam gets to single dip Skullwoods, which is a little bit good, but maybe Spleebie has a faster Aghanim for not having to do it without the lamp.
Yeah.
What is Spleebie thinking? I wonder if he's actually dealing with technical something, or thinking does he need to hammer yump, or you do need to hammer yump if you have skipped the bow lock keys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like he's got the camera alignment correct.
Counting keys for Harmless Hellway makes a ton of sense. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's really hard to count your keys when you're using them weirdly, especially when you have like an extra key that you don't normally have.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but he skipped a key. So he got an extra key and then he skipped 2 keys and he has to do that math. It's almost easier to just count to 2 in the back. But then you have to remember to count to 2. People are asking where the gloves can be. There's very few locations that are glove locked. Most of them are directly behind rocks. If you don't see a rock right in front of it, it's probably not glove locked.
All
Yeah,
right.
backup
So,
escape is actually possible. It would require the lamp. But yeah, there could be 2 gloves there,
right.
which would hardlock your seed if you spend your keys wrong.
So Spleebie is now in Eastern Palace, combining Pod and Eastern as expected.
Hmm. Someone in chat is asking about basement clip. This is a extremely niche, high-tech skill that only a couple people know how to do. It requires a lot of one-frame clips in the Pod Ruby basement that skips all of the Pod basement. The important thing for Rando is it skips the bone hammer for Pod.
Yeah. And what is required? It requires the ability to have spin speed and either bottle or Samaria or Samaria and lamp to
Oh,
perform.
hammer.
Yeah, there's our hammer in
Pendant Eastern.
Eastern. Perfect.
That's disgusting. At least it's tempting to go in there when you've already done Pod. And by now, I don't think Spleebie has that much left available to him that's in Logic. It would be either get that Fire Rod out of Logic and do TR, or start dipping dungeons that you can't clear. We actually saw both runners do King's Tomb. There is a glove there. There's a rock there, but it's not directly in front of King's Tomb. The Spike Cave is one where you can get all the way to the end and realize you need a glove. It's kind of sad when that happens.
Yeah, and I've been there during the course of this tournament.
You know, the curse of this tournament is a very apt phrase as well.
During the curse of this tournament. Yeah, I have done the dumb things that I've always done before. Yeah.
Some of these seeds have been quite cursed. Like having this, we have had so many Aga seeds.
Oh, right. Of course, Spleebie can go back into Pod. He has hammer now.
Yeah. All that talk about basement clip doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of these runners knows how to do it anyway. We'll start talking about basement clip when we start restreaming Crithel versus checks or whatever. That's for another time.
It would be, as rare as like a mimic clip seed, sort of. Not quite as rare.
It requires Ice Palace be a pendant.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Eastern be a pendant for bow skip. And then like there's 2 bows. So you'd have to also just not find one.
Yeah.
How often does that happen? And then for the hammer skip, GT has to not be hammer locked as well. And that's usually what kills it. Yeah. There's usually just a big key behind the hammer in GT.
Right. So, what will be interesting to see how Tam progresses through this seed. Meanwhile,
also,
Spleebie doing the Dark Turtles room.
Spleebie does not have great tools for this other than lots of health and armor. He's not really in danger, but this might take a while.
The bombos would be really helpful here. Or the Fire Rod, of course.
Yeah, Bombos is right there, but it would be awkward to route in before Pod. So he'll probably do that afterward. He has a green pendant to turn in. So he'll get an extra check out of that. It will be out of Logic. He's not supposed to have that yet. But actually, once he has Bombos, it'll be in Logic again.
So Spleebie will pick up Bombos at Sahasrala's closet, and we'll find out what... Well, did we turn in green pendant already? I don't know if we did that.
No, because Spleebie would have Bombos if he had done so. And Tam hasn't done green pendant.
Tam hasn't. Okay. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that wrong. So, yeah. And then Fire Rod is at Lumberjack Ledge. So, Tam went through Aga Tower lampless and fireless.
I think our Flipper's in glove from no mode.
Yeah.
We need
We
the
had
flippers
so
for
many-
swamp.
What's that?
I was just saying we need the flippers for swamp.
We
There's a lot
do,
of
yeah.
items you can skip for swamp, but flippers are not one of them.
That's true.
The glove is purely to get to cold stare. It's the only thing we need it for in this seed. It's
Right.
the only thing in a dungeon that's locked by a glove. There's 2 things in Ice Palace. That's it.
Green pendant is just 50 rupees. Yeah, so Tam is diving Misery Mire, which is great to see.
Yeah, Tam has no reason not to do this. Having the out of logic fire source will allow them to full clear it and not have to worry about leaving items behind. Plenty of health and weaponry for Vidi. Silver arrows. It's in logic to at least get inside parts of Mire. And the only thing that Tam is really missing for the logic is the lamp anyway. And, you know, I think Tam has already shown they don't care about the lamp anymore, so we don't care.
And what is next for Spleebie? Spleebie has hammer. No glove. We're skipping Spike Cave, of course. It does look like a Gans Tower clip, so there we go. Yeah. 2 new dungeons for our runners.
So
For a while we
Spleebie
were
is
seeing-
here
Uh-huh.
without
there we go.
fire.
Flippers are in the Hope Room.
Spleebie's here without fire.
Yeah.
And he is really close to wanting to do Dark Aga. Because once he gets the glove, if he can pull off Dark Aga, he's in go mode. Oh, never mind.
You don't
He's
need
just
to worry about that now.
in glove go mode. Glove
Yeah.
go mode is one of those things that sounds really nice. It sounds like, oh, you know, there's 2 of them. How bad could it be? But gloves can be in so many places that sometimes you just get a really bad glove, and sometimes both of them are bad, and sometimes one of them is glove locked, and you have to find the other one.
Yeah.
Like
Strange,
Ice
but true.
Palace. It could just be an Ice Palace because you can get in there without the gloves.
Yeah. Be in that H room. So, Ganon's Tower has been pretty rewarding so far with flippers and the lamp. No
Yeah, both-
surprise here. There's
both
no
runners-
junk bill, and there's 20 items in it.
Yeah, the lamp is good for just being a fire source, and Spleebie doesn't have to double dip GT anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's a glove in the firelock side. Maybe he will do it, maybe he will skip it. I would almost just get the fire rod and then come back, but I can see the temptation to skip it entirely or at least not try the bomb jump method because that's very slow.
Yeah, I actually don't know what I would do in Spleebie's position. I think I would do the bomb jump because that's what I'm comfortable with,
Yeah,
even though it's slow.
Chase crystals. I think the idea is it's not that you're trying to calculate which is faster, but that you know if you leave, you're never coming back because you got crystals to do.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're more banking on your own psychology than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a lot of chest turn potential for Spleebie in this dungeon. GT is
Yeah.
just, it's a playground for him.
And we are waiting for Vitreous and easy fight with silvers. And a gold sword is at Bob's chest. So, will Tam be re-entering Maya for any reason here?
It makes sense for Tam to do so just to unlock Swamp. Because, oh, there's a glove. Spleebie's in go mode. And the
Wow.
big key.
Um,
Tam is in a rough position now. Because, they
Yeah.
have some dungeons that Spleebie hasn't done. But the hammer is in Pendant Eastern.
Oh gosh, that's right.
And that
Yeah.
could hurt. Everything else is just in GT. So
Yeah.
Tam just has to get that and go to GT, and it's fine.
If I were Yeah.
Ooh, it's still pending Eastern. And
So-
Tam has the fire rod, which is going to make them want to do TR and stuff.
If I were Tam, I would definitely be going to GT before Eastern. And what was hammerlocked here? I don't know.
You know, I'm actually not sure anything was.
Yeah.
Because Tam can get to the flippers. That's worse, because that means Tam can get all those things without the hammer and then just never get the hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. Which will and that will make all the dungeons possible except for Pod. But when it'll make swamp slow, very slow.
All right. People are asking, why is Spleebie bailing out of Ganon? I don't know, actually. Why Disney just do GT climb right now and route that into Aga Tower?
Yeah, I think it's fairly common for Spleebie to put off Aga 2 till Ganon, just because it cuts out the overworld travel.
You can save and quit out of the Dark World and get straight to the pyramid, because Aga 1 will be dead.
That's a very good point.
I disagree. I think Spleebie should have climbed.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that he wants a fire rod for the climb, and I don't think that's enough to matter.
No.
I think it's just straight up more efficient to climb GT and use that to get to Aga.
Yeah, for sure.
And then save and quit. Make sure your last dungeon is in the Dark World and save and quit.
Of course, yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Krithel is timing a bunch of different overworld routes to Ganon. Save and quit to Link's house is actually on the slower end of most of them. Even running out of Misery Mire is faster. But running out of Skull Woods and going through Skull Woods and then river clipping to Ganon is also faster than save and quit. But nothing beats save and quit when you have Aga defeated in the mirror. Because that just puts you right there. It's the fastest way. It's no beating that. Tam is doing the Mire Hera Swamp clip chain.
Right, and using the newer method to clip, the dash clip is a new clip by Yuzuhara, and I think it's by am I mistaken? I think it's by Yuzuhara.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's new. It's 2021 inspired, I believe.
A lot of newer glitch runners adopted it because it's easy. It's relatively easy to do. Like the problem is that the bomb clip in that direction. Tam, no, dude.
No,
dude.
Left
You
swamp
forgot a
without
step.
a key.
You should have YOLO'd the chest. It might have been a key.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. Tam has to clip into
concerned.
swamp again. They can clip in from Hera and not worry about the Hera small key.
Yeah.
But it's still not great.
Yeah, this is frustrating.
Oh, Tam is riding this into Hype Cave. That's super cool. I love seeing that. It does orphan, or at least make you walk back to Stumpy.
Yeah.
But it's such a cool route. You're going underground. All right, Spleebie is going to get 9 blue balls. So you can just watch Tam for a while, because nothing to see here.
Yeah.
This is a boring boss fight. You can try to optimize it by getting between Aga and the wall, but it doesn't matter when they're blue balls. It doesn't do anything.
That was pretty cool, by the way. Tam was able to do a hook clip to get across the barrier and keep his sword charged the whole time, which is kind of a funky thing about that. And he was able to dash without spinning. Just kind of a neat optimization.
Oh yeah, you can do that if you buffer the diagonal while your hook shot is out.
Yeah.
Is this game based on real events? It's a really good question. Tam and Spleebie are real people, and they're actually racing each other. So I would say so. Yeah, the question when you see somebody in a glitch mode fighting Aghanim is always what's on Lumberjack. It's the only reason we ever fight Aghanim in these modes. There can be a weird logical requirement where it's like Moon Pearl and Ledge. You can skip Aghanim for that. You can get around that without a logic stuff. Tam is doing a old school mirror app, which is a kind of a manual pixel lineup.
Yeah, and when Tam Tam has transitioned a couple of times, and they're able to kick Link back to the right screen with it down and left. I'm sorry, I can't really talk, but
it's hard. It's actually the same inputs. It's the same inputs as when you've done a successful mirror app.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm showing that I'm kind of forgetting how the old style works.
Are you imagining your hands on the controller and watching your thumbs? Because that's what sometimes I have to physically hold a controller to explain how to do something.
Yeah. But at this point, I'm pretty sure I forgot the old way.
I'm just bad enough at the new way that I sometimes still use the old way as a backup. Like if I don't get my setup right, I'll just drop down and do the old way.
Yeah, that's really important too, because it's easy to kind of not know the visual cue for the new way because Link hops into position. So yeah, exactly.
Spleebie is showing the new way where you do just a certain set of inputs while you're on the slope, and it'll automatically snap you to the right pixel. It's super convenient.
Yeah, very fast.
Makes this a relatively easy glitch to learn, despite being out of logic to do. What does the sign say on the land bridge? Well, currently it says Christos, Owen, and Glan, but we might be seeing Spleebie's name on it at the end of this tournament. It does declare the tournament winners from glitch tournaments in the past. So we don't know. We don't know who's going to be on it. They're going to have to change the text, because right now it says OWG tournament winners.
Yeah.
They're going to have to call it glitch tournament winners. And then they're going to have to make room for your very long name.
Mine? It's only 10 characters. It should be Super Malmo World.
Oh, they just put Malmo on it. They could put checks. We all know.
Okay, so both of our runners are in Turtle Rock. Tam will be doing a full clear, still looking for hammer, flippers, and a glove. Spleebie just needs Big Key.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Big Key can just be anywhere in the front. Anywhere between the front chest and the Big Key chest can have the Big Key. When you're in Go mode, you want it to be early. By early, I mean late. You want it to be towards Laser Bridge, because we always do it backwards if we can. Spleebie is not getting good luck, though. He's not going to get that much advantage over Tam from TR, but I don't think that's going to matter as much as being in Go mode at an hour.
Yeah.
This is the danger of sequence breaking, but on the other hand, the hammer could have just been here instead. It's rando. And a good portion of Turtle Rock is in logic. You can clip through the middle, and anything that you can get to from there is in logic. And then furthermore, if the medallion is available, you can get the first chest.
Yeah. And by the way, Hybrid Major Glitches is based on Overworld Glitches, which is sort of an entry level mode for major glitches. So we want just basic clips, basically, relatively basic, the fundamentals to be in logic. there was a short stint maybe in V30 where mirror wraps were added to the logic, but we don't really want those kinds of one frames in our just mirror wraps are sort of different to begin with. So
Yeah,
those are just not in logic.
They're like not really clips. That's kind of why it's weird.
Yeah, that's true.
There are a couple of weird things in the logic that are similar to mirror wraps that people are saying that we should remove from the logic, but they're still in it, so we live with it.
Yeah, it takes a while to update, but there's been some recent agreement about what should and shouldn't be in the logic, so it'll be, it's a continuing development.
Is Spleebie going to show us the map wrap to Skullwoods?
Yes. I believe it. I believe.
I haven't seen anybody hardlock that yet.
Yeah, well, I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there haven't been that many hardlocks, which is really good. I think, and the ones that have happened have been inconsequential, mostly just from save and quits, nothing losing dungeons of progress. Yeah, so this is the map wrap. These are not in logic, but it's a shortcut to get to Skullwoods. And a hardlock, what happens is you're in a really unstable camera state, or if you move right, your game will just get into an infinite scroll. And moving right also includes getting nudged to the right, so Spleebie has to be very careful going inside. Once he's in, though, his camera gets corrected and he can leave safely. So Tam is finding the lamp here.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rude location. Because you had to either get the hammer out of Eastern first, once again missing lamp and fire rod, or do Dark Aga so that you have some kind of, substantial amount you can clear in this dungeon. Or just go in with nothing.
So.
Oh, we did have a death hole. That's true. That was bad.
So now Tam will be checking tile room.
Oh, the big key was hammerlocked, wasn't it? Oh,
I was wondering, but I couldn't remember.
Well, Spleebie didn't get the chest on this side at all. But it might have been... No, it was vanilla. The big key was in that room. So Tam will get the big key and not have to worry about the hammerlock chest unless they follow it immediately. But they won't because they'll be in go mode when they find it.
Right.
This trip is going to put them in hammer go mode.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so Spleebie does not have to check that the last remaining test of Skullwood. And
Spleebie remembering to mirror after save and quit.
Good.
Or just saved and quit out of Skullwoods and got here. And I think that's what actually happened.
All right, what is next for Spleebie? How are we going to unlock Swamp Palace? Will it be through Hera now? Yeah. So Spleebie did that Hera pot to get to the big chests. The big chest had the small key, and Spleebie is using the small key of Tower of Hera as he clips into Swamp, and he'll be using the key there. Whereas Tam used Meyer key to unlock Swamp. At least one of the doors in Swamp.
Yeah, I'm curious Spleebie's routing of the remaining dungeons. It's always, when you hit go mode early, your brain has to go into overdrive routing your remaining dungeons conveniently.
Yeah.
So he's thinking he can link up TR and Skullwoods. He can link up Swamp and Ice by doing a mirror wrap out of Swamp. Meyer is going to be a little tricky. It's going to be on its own.
Yeah.
He can clip to Meyer from Swamp instead of Ice. It's not going to be really that different to do one way or the other. And it'll be a little safer because he can get a save and quit before doing a risky mirror wrap to Ice Palace. It's really convenient for Tam that all these items were accessible from either direction. Both of them went in here missing a crucial component of GT, and were still able to get their items that they needed and the big key. It's kind of nice. It's kind of like vanilla. Like vanilla gives you the choice to go either direction.
Right.
And nothing on the way really matters.
All right, so we'll see the top of GT now. On Tam's side, Spleebie still has to do that later.
He remembers to pick up a key.
Good.
It's so easy to walk through that door without a key that we saw Tam do.
Mm-hmm.
We even saw somebody get stair glitch once. Realized while they were getting kicked downstairs that they didn't have a key and get completely saved by it.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that, because since that's never happened to me, and do you know the answer about why we get a stair glitch there?
I don't know. I noticed that it happens more often if I've done a diver down in the trench room, and I have a suspicion that it has something to do with the way the stairs reset when you leave the super title. Like if you're doing a hammerless swamp and you've double dipped it, the stairs behave differently because you've left the super tile. It's the same thing that makes fake clippers not work. Spleebie's not even opening the first chest. I call that curiosity chest because I just have to know. I have to know. I can't finish the seed without knowing if it's the small key or not. And the reason we're doing this whole hoopla to get into swamp is because the small key is not guaranteed to be in the first chest. This is a substantial lead, and it's hard to put a quantity to it when Tam's not in go mode yet, and their go mode is in independent dungeon.
Exactly.
But this is very much Spleebie's game to lose. Like Spleebie could hard lock at Ice Palace Wrap and still win.
I wonder if Spleebie feels ahead here. I feel like he might feel comfortable, but I know the nerves kicked in for both runners before the race, so there's no way to feel comfortable and comfy. Really.
Yeah. The thing with the game 3 is it feels like, I don't know, when you're down a game in game 2, it feels like, well, they're probably just better than me. I'm probably going to lose this one too. You expect the pattern to continue. But when you have won a game and lost a game, you can't predict what's going to happen in game 3, and that makes it so much scarier.
Yeah, exactly. It's still randomizer, and not to downplay anyone who's going to move forward, but it is so tricky to find all the items in Sphere 1 in this mode, because it's a huge landscape for our initial checks, and so it's been a little difficult for Tam to find the items in the right order.
Yeah, both runners actually were very thorough about their Sphere 1s, but Eastern is something we consider honorary Sphere 2. It's Sphere 1, but we pretend it's not.
Yeah.
I think the difference between the two is just that one decision for Tam to get the fire rod early. Could have paid off, but in the seed it didn't, because the fire rod didn't do anything, didn't lead to anywhere. So Tam is going to follow the fire rod and get nothing out of it, which sucks. It feels really bad when that happens. You make a play that relies on your execution and you pull it off, and the seed doesn't even reward you for it.
Yeah, right.
But Spleebie had the opportunity to skip Eastern as well and chose to do it, following that pattern of full clearing. Tam just hasn't been near it yet.
Spleebie is now safe after a mirror wrap to Ice Palace.
Yeah, he's hearing the voice in his head. It's actually me. It's me telling him you don't have to go that high. He said that before. Because he used to kiss the transition and it made me nervous.
Yeah.
And you can go like a good portion of the tile lower and still be fine.
Yeah, it's like 10.
It's a lot.
Like 10 pixels.
It's a huge window. 10 pixels is like Link's head.
Yeah.
I think it's more than Link's. I think it's like Link's entire body.
No, it's not that much.
Okay.
But it is a lot. And Minish Caplink does have a big head.
Oh, that's true. That Spleebie's sprite, I think, is taller than mine. So his mirror wrap always looks scarier than it actually is. Like it's taller than Link.
Yeah.
And it's yeah.
And by the way, I didn't look carefully, but I think Spleebie uses the bomb throw setup to enter Ice Palace.
Yeah, he does. I saw him do it.
Yeah, well, especially when we're in go mode, we typically start with a bomb clip to skip a few rooms of Ice Palace. And by the way, Tam is still searching for items. We saw the back of Escape finally, but just junk there.
Tam might go to Swamp. It's another crystal they can do. And this looks like it might be a Swamp play because they're going into Hera. To do Swamp without the hammer, you have to go in twice.
Yeah.
So first Tam will want to just go into Flood it. That's it. And then it's okay to pick up that drop if you're hook speed Hera potting. I think Tam has kind of had some muscle memory from doing bomb Hera pots.
Yeah.
So Tam has to flood and then mirror out and then clip again. Because when you clip, you have the choice to go left or right to the hammer pegs, and that's why you're able to do this without the hammer. The only thing in Swamp that requires the hammer is that moat. And this clip makes it not require a hammer.
Yeah.
All right, Spleebie's going to do Mire by itself, which is going to be a super jump.
Oh, okay.
Because save and quit to Old Man.
Thank you for showing this off, Spleebie.
This is the speedrun way, the current speedrun way to get to Mire. You screen wrap yourself, which changes what your left and right transitions do. Then it'll actually, every time you drop your global coordinate, will drop as well. And your left and right transitions will follow the global coordinate. So the next time Spleebie transitions, after jumping a bunch of times off the mountain, he'll transition all the way to the bottom of the screen at Misery Mire.
Here we go.
I wonder if the YBA is faster. I would be extremely surprised if Spleebie knows the YBA. It might be.
That's a good question.
He has the potions for it.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Spleebie knows the screen wrapped path, and he gets the
It's the scrolly scroll.
Screen scroll, yeah.
Tam has done their double dip that's required for Hammerless Swamp, pretending that they haven't already been here. And it's going to remember to pick up the key this time. The good thing is all the unlocking is done. Tam doesn't need an extra key anymore.
So happy that Spleebie got the scroll. Although it wasn't the fast scroll.
I'm going to be a little sad if Tam gets a small key in the front.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really lose them time because they had to make this trip anyway because they were lacking a hammer. In fact, it actually didn't matter at all. It makes me wonder if Tam was doing that on purpose. Probably not. Like, it doesn't matter, but you still do it. You might just find the hammer later and be able to do Swamp front to back. Yeah, this mode is bonkers. And all those clips are accounted for by the logic. And the logic can have tons of fun with it. We start getting into discussions of things like Swamp Palace being cane locked, or Argus's pendant being lamp locked because you're supposed to be able to save and quit to the old man to do it. That logic exists.
I've never thought of that. Yeah.
or Hera is a medallion locked dungeon in this mode 2/3 of the time. It's absurd. And Turtle Rock is not. We don't care about the medallion for TR. Spleebie finds the big key in a reasonable chest.
Yeah.
Not a god tier, but not too rude either.
That may be our last chest turn of the game, by the way.
Oh!
Shoutouts to Spleebie for making it happen.
I don't think he's going to do any of the climb chests, is he?
Oh, the climb chests? Yeah.
He skipped
I don't
chests and
know.
ice palace. He's not going to do those.
No, yeah.
He literally walked under
Gold.
a chest, didn't open it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a really nice icebreaker. Or okay, the other one. Diver down.
Yeah, very fast.
I wonder if it still saves time in rando when you're opening chests. Because it puts you on the wrong side. Ooh, and a nice spooky. This is the all dungeon style spooky when you have not used the flute to get to Mire. You can set your altitude using a cane of block instead. It's a different altitude value, so you have to do the fire rod shot differently.
Yeah, fluteless spooky.
It's the original spooky.
Yeah, and by original, you mean the method that lasted for a day.
It's kind of like remote control boomerang.
Yeah.
Flash in the pan tech. Except this one still gets used. Okay, we're gonna get really close crystal gets simultaneous crystal cutscenes. And the small key in Argus means Tam did not have a bailout key in that chest.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was ether.
It was ether. Which we don't care, it's ether. But
Yeah.
sometimes the Mire medallion can be in that chest. I haven't seen it yet, but it would be quite the troll if it was. Because you'd be expected to go into the front of Swamp just to get the medallion and then go to Mire to unlock it.
So what's next for Tam? Tam got the shovel.
Yeah, Spleebie still has to climb, so save and quit from Light World was correct. And he's not ready for Ganon just yet. I still disagree with saving the climb, but I can see wanting the fire rod for it.
Oh,
I'm
right.
curious about this icebreaker setup Mind of Me is describing. Is this something we might see in the No Logic tournament next year?
So I don't
Tam is going to pod.
method.
Tam is going to pod. This is good. Well,
Yeah.
it's on the path to good. And at this point, Tam has run out of things to do that aren't terrible
Yeah, for sure.
or out of logic.
Yeah. So if Mind of Me finds a clip, that would be good. And I wonder if it is a hook clip or hook. Probably not a hook push,
I
but
wonder if we're describing remote control boomerang. But that wouldn't be useful in icebreaker room. But you heard me say icebreaker when I said meant diver down, so I could see that being a similar situation. All right, nice silver's land.
yeah, for sure. Spleebie storming through Gauntlet. Now he's on to Wizrobes.
Let's see if Tam recognizes the keys. Tam is really good at key logic. I'm sure they know.
Mm-hmm.
You can mirror out and then just go through the back. Skip the Bollock side. And skip harmless hellways. This is a really nice pod. But what will be more important is what does Tam do after mirroring out a pod? Oh my gosh, Spleebie, thank you. I know there's magic down there, but it's just
Holding my breath again.
a green potion. Got just enough magic to not have to fake powder these. I hope Tam gets go mode before Spleebie finishes.
Yeah, I was just wondering that myself.
It's gonna be close, actually. Like,
Yeah, I kind of didn't think. Yeah, actually, you're right. It will. I think you're right. I think that Tam will find Hammer before Spleebie wins or defeats Ganon.
It's gonna be a fast cannon fight, though, and of
Yeah.
course it's all on Tam going straight into Eastern, which I think you have to do at this point. I don't even know what's left for Tam, but it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be things like Mimic Cave or Hammerless Ice Palace. Yeah, this is good. Mirroring twice means Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tam can't do Mimic Cave. Thank you. No hammer.
Right.
Need the hammer for that.
Yeah.
It's good. We don't want Tam to do Mimic Cave. Okay, yeah, Tam's gonna get the hammer probably before Spleebie finishes. Every time I think that you think you're so smart text, I think Ganon's gonna call me a dingus.
Yeah.
You think you can beat me?
Right.
You think you're so smart? You haven't completed your goal.
I worry about it, except for when I forget about it and then I haven't actually completed the goal.
Tam has successfully found go mode before Spleebie finishes, but it's not going to feel great when seeing that dot done right away.
Mm-hmm.
Because so much of the game is left for Tam. Actually, it's really just pod and ice.
Right.
That's actually crazy how little hammer locked.
Yeah.
It's just 2 dungeons. There's a nice little early silver list when you didn't need it, but it's cool. Got Link in a high post. Oh. Okay, we're
Made
fine.
me a little nervous.
Triple setup too.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice triple.
Nice triple.
All right, GG's to Spleebie defeating Ganon.
Taking this series to round 3.
And Spleebie finishes in first place with a speed run. Excuse me. Why did I say that? A racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 41 seconds.
You were thinking of speedracing.tv.
I don't know what I was.
Old school.
I think I was going to say speed gaming.
Ah, that makes sense too. Oh, good use of the dashes. Tam has beams, and beams are awful in this room.
Yeah.
When you dash through them, you don't have to worry about beams.
Yeah, turtles seem to really absorb beams for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, we have our first round 3 matchup. It's just going to be Spleebie versus Chimo.
Okay. I like the hammer with the catch. We're joined by Spleebie. Congratulations on the win, Spleebie. GG's. You're a little quiet.
Sorry.
Okay, that's better.
Stick my microphone in my mouth. Is this better?
Yeah, it is a lot better.
That's helpful.
I think it just takes a second for Discord to like figure out the what do you call
I have noticed that.
sensitivity or whatever.
I have noticed you always have a couple muffled sentences before the real one. So just say some nonsense and then say what you actually wanted to say. Nobody will hear the nonsense. You can. Yeah.
So, yeah, how did you feel about this race?
Did you feel
not good?
Oh.
No,
You didn't?
no. I like full cleared the overworld in the first 40 minutes, and then
True.
guessed pod Eastern.
Oh. Yeah, that feels bad. Tam actually full cleared the same overworld as you, so from our perspective, it didn't really look like anyone was ahead or behind. The main divergence was Tam decided to do early lumberjack without the lamp to get that fire rod, which could have been a really good play, and they were able to pull it off. But the fire rod didn't do anything; it didn't lead to the hammer. So you got the hammer first.
Did they chase down like all the fire rod stuff after that?
Yeah, I mean GT had good stuff that you can get to from either direction. You can actually get there from either direction and not miss anything, but. Then there was also Turtle Rock, Hammerless Swamp. Those are all available to Tam. Because Tam had done an early enough Sahasrara closet to have bombos. Which I suppose was also part of the problem. Because you didn't have that yet. So you weren't tempted into places like that.
Even Skullwoods was a little slow. Based on item layout.
Yeah, especially if you get wall mastered.
It was slow for Tam as well.
Like I did.
Oh, yeah.
Or Walmart. As Jake called it.
Walmart.
You'll just have to watch it back.
Yeah, there's a recurring theme here where I was unable to pronounce words.
It's okay. I kept saying the wrong thing. Like Diver Down and Icebreaker. Spectacle Rock Cave and Paradox Cave.
Right.
So then next round you'll be facing Chimo. How do you feel about that?
I've never really seen Chimo's racing, so I'll have to watch some and form an opinion.
I'm in the same
obviously, if you made it to round 3, he's no slouch, so I'll be nervous for that too.
Yeah, nobody in round 3 is going to be free. We're already long past that point where anyone's free. Nobody's ever been free, but the more you go, the deeper you go, the more you like, oh gosh. Especially showing how little seeding matters in the brackets. Like you were the middle, your seed 18, and have shown that your seeding the brackets doesn't necessarily reflect your success in the bracket stages.
Right. I was 16 actually.
16.
It's the font Challenge used is like
Challenge is fun. It looks like an 18. The 6 gets all
I
curly.
originally thought that the seating was wrong, actually, because I thought it said 18 for me, and I was like, the spreadsheet says 16. So I looked closer.
All right, Tam is at Ganon.
Oh my gosh, this was so many warps.
And a lot of blue
I didn't even notice.
And what, 9 blue balls? Or was it 10?
Somebody in chat said 9. I want to count yours,
count.
the one that I had 2 nights ago, because I also had about that many against Taj, so. Of course, all the seeds where Aga wasn't required, he probably had like 1 or 2. Of course, the 2 where there was something on Lumberjack, he had to dish out 9. Ooh, almost a triple.
Ooh, almost.
So close.
And GG's to Tam defeating Ganon. And the race finishes at 1 hour 34 minutes and 13 seconds. And we're joined by Tam. GG's on the race.
GG Tam.
GG.
So seemed like the challenge here was finding the hammer in Eastern, of course.
Yeah. And
There wasn't a bow in Eastern. It was
Wasn't-
worse.
I did say I would be sad if we had a bow in Eastern. Yeah, it's one of those things where you can get it if you go to pod early, but if I go to pod early, I'm probably not going to go to Eastern at all, so that was kind of the earliest I was going to get that hammer, to be honest.
Hmm. I think the main difference was that you had the fire rod early, which made the crystal dungeons full clearable by the fire rod a lot more appealing.
Yeah.
Whereas Spleebie waited for it to be in logic and
Yeah, I waited
checked
until
pod.
I started really sweating.
Yeah,
then-
and
And then I
Here's-
got like everything in a row and it was fine.
I'm not
Right.
sure how true this is, but I felt like the fact that Tam had Bombos and Spleebie didn't was a big
Mhm.
factor in that, because Bombos makes Aga Tower just a little bit more tolerable.
Yeah, that's true. I left Bombos until after full clearing the overworld and then doing pod in Eastern. And then Saha's Closet.
The item that kind of makes me really comfortable in doing Dark Aga is the cane, actually. I've done it with cane, so I was going to be pretty
And dealing with the pits.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see yourself. It's a huge gain over not being able to see yourself.
but
And you can
just,
push it into a pit as well.
It's messed up a lot in like the first dark room where there's like no trouble at all. I just walked into the guard a bunch, which was really dumb.
Yeah, so I've done Aghanim with Fire Rod. But when I saw that on Lumberjack, I was like, oh no. Because I've never done it with nothing. Without Fire Rod, I guess, in the dark.
Yeah, I would argue Fire Rod is the worst item to be there for
Yeah,
exactly
makes
that
sense.
reason. You
Um,
have to either do Dark Aga or find the lamp.
I just kept hoping that Lamp would be somewhere easy. And then it wasn't.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was like,
This was a very sweaty seed. Like, it just makes you sweat the whole time.
it's actually kind of really, really sad when I got the glove because, like, when I had Hamago mode, it was like, I needed, the time I'm going to save is like left side GT basically, but if you do left side GT, you just get the glove, so I didn't even have an advantage to doing ice armors.
Then the glove opened more for you, and so that led you away from Eastern and Pod.
Yeah. It wasn't that much. I still wouldn't do like swamp or anything.
Yeah. So yeah, it's tricky to find the right Sphere 1 checks to continue on in this in all of the hybrid major glitches seeds.
Yeah.
So it is randomizer, but your performance in this seed Tam was really good. Your boss fights were amazing. Mothula in particular, solid.
I actually had like about the time I started the Aga climb, my cat started going crazy, so I was like pretty distracted for like half an hour. And I think I made some choices that were just like incorrect, and I did some things wrong, like leaving behind that key in swamp, which I guess didn't matter too much. But also, like when I went to Pyramid Ferry, I didn't actually mean to go to Pyramid Ferry. I just kind of like I went down to the portal and then muscle memoried my way to do Pyramid Ferry. So at that point, I just did it.
What did you intend to do?
I was waiting. I was gonna try to go to Dark World because I got the mirror I wanted to do village with Kakariko. But
It
Oh,
also
yeah.
makes
Like-
sense
Right.
to do Pyramid Fairy with Aghanim.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. I was kind of hoping maybe if I just find like a first soul at Castle Tower, then I can just like at some point do the clip to Aghanim's Tower. But there was nothing there at all.
All right. Well, um, congrats to Spleebie for moving forward. Do either of you have any other comments on the seed?
Yeah, and Tam, your future in glitch runs, are you going to be doing more racing after this?
I definitely plan on it. I was kind of sad that I ended up getting a higher seed because it meant that I went 1 week without racing. I've been having a lot of
Yeah.
fun doing them. So
That's
I
true, you
definitely
missed
plan
out.
on joining more glitch races in the future. And obviously, I'll be cheering for Spleebie. He's super good.
When when the tournament's over, there will be more of those pickup races in the weeklies as well. And there's always the things. People are still running those.
Yeah.
So yeah, give both of our runners a follow. If you want to follow Tam in their future endeavors and follow Spleebie through the tournament, also give a shout out to my co-com Chex Human and our tracker other Tom and SpeedGaming for putting this on for us. Tomorrow we have exactly one race. It's going to be Wolfie versus Aussie. It's going to be on SpeedGaming 3. And then Sunday is a whole bunch of double headers that are contingent on going to Game 3.
There's only one race tomorrow.
Yeah,
Didn't we have
everybody
like
wanted
12
Sunday.
last week? on
Everybody wanted
Saturday?
Sunday. I don't know why.
Huh.
Wait, mine's
So-
not tomorrow. No,
It's on Sunday.
I'm kidding.
No.
know this.
Sunday.
Interesting,
and-
yours is not actually a double header, unless you plan on having a 5-hour seed.
That's not the plan.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, looking forward to more hybrid major glitches on tomorrow and Sunday especially. So that'll be good to watch for. All right. Well, thanks both of you for running. Thanks Malmo for commentating with me. Thanks SpeedGaming for hosting this race, as always. And thanks for watching, everyone.